Welcome to the Prophecy Mini-sodes. This is episode 5. To recap, Grammy and Grandpa George indicated that there are some prophecies that have and are currently playing out. In previous episodes, we explained how our guides indicated the prophecies are from the book Revelation, and that we have started with the trumpet judgments because Grammy and Grandpa George said those are complete, having occurred from 2016 to 2021.
This series is meant to redress the gross mistranslation, misinterpretation, and misunderstanding that is patriarchal and wrathful into a more balanced and awakened prophecy for the rise of the divine feminine, culminating in the reign of the divine feminine. If you've not seen the previous mini-sodes, please do so for a full understanding of the prophecy series before watching this mini episode. Now, let's correct the record.
Trumpet 5 is in Revelations chapter 9, verses 1 through 11, and it basically reads as follows. A star falls, opening a bottomless pit and releasing smoke and an army of demonic locusts that torment people. Mimi and I have come up with possible ways that Trumpet 5 has played out. We will now ask Grammy and Grandpa George if these are indeed manifestations of the fifth trumpet.
Grammy and Grandpa George, are you here? Yes, thank you. Can you show us your no position real quick for those watching? No, thank you. And one more time for yes. Thank you very much. Quick calibration. Grammy and Grandpa George. Is our mother's name Belinda? No. Is our mother's name Brenda? Yes. Correct.
So we're going to ask you some questions about the fifth trumpet, but before we ask you those questions, can you indicate to us the 2-digit year that this trumpet first started sounding?
All right, we got 1, 6. Okay, so starting in 2016. So yes to starting in 2016. So when did it end? Two? 1. So 2021. So from 2016 to 2021, just like the other 4 trumpets.
Previous 4 trumpets.
Previous 4, yeah. Okay, yes.
Okay,
great. Right, perfect. Thank you.
All right, so first question. This trumpet indicates that a star falls, opening a bottomless pit, releasing smoke and an army of demonic locusts that torment people. Is Donald Trump considered the fallen star in this scenario?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it possible that anyone else represents the fallen star? No. Interesting.
It is interesting. So only Donald Trump represents this fallen star. Okay.
Yes. I mean, it makes sense because he started his campaign in 2015 and then was elected in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that definitely.
And he was a star before he even ran for president. You know, he was a television star, a socialite, a media mogul, all sorts of things. Yeah. Is the locust army, and I'm putting quotes around locust army, representative of the mega, or we'll call them the maggot type people?
Yes.
What about the Russian bots as well?
Yes, very big swings on that. So both the people that are in MAGA that we call maggots, yes, and Russian bots, yes.
Okay, and the way that they tormented people, did they do that through misinformation?
Yes.
Did they do that through censorship?
Yes.
Was the torment also seen as online trolling?
Yes.
Mockery?
Yes.
I always say when people use the laugh reaction on Facebook, they're actually mocking that person. And that is one of the most evil ways to respond to another person, by laughing at them.
Yes, but caveat, if somebody is doing something evil, is it okay to laugh at them? Yes.
Okay. Well, yes, because there's the dichotomy of intolerance, or
Yeah.
the dichotomy of tolerance, which says that you cannot tolerate intolerance. If you tolerate intolerance, then you are intolerant yourself.
Yes.
So by being intolerant to intolerance, you're actually being tolerant.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because two negatives equal a positive. I mean, that's math.
It's basic math, you guys. Okay, so the next part of this question is, did we see this locust army, the maggots and the Russian bots, also torment people through hate speech?
Yes.
And hate speech of all kinds. So hate speech towards people of color.
Yes.
Hate speech towards women.
Yes.
Hate speech towards LGBTQIA plus individuals.
Yes.
Hate speech towards Muslims.
Yes.
Jewish people.
Yes. Immigrants.
Yes. Especially immigrants from Central and South America.
Yes. What about disabled persons?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What about hate speech towards progressive Christians? Yes.
Okay, you know what? Let's ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
What about hate speech towards fundamental Christians?
No. No. No.
And is that because fundamental Christians, or people that we classify as evangelical Christians, the ones that are most popularly supportive of Donald Trump, are not actual Christians because they don't actually do anything that is the word of Christ? Yes to that.
Yes
Sorry.
to that.
And so it's not hateful because all that anybody is doing is calling them out for their hateful behavior.
Yes.
Which again is the dichotomy of tolerance.
And you know what? On that, this hate speech, is there hate speech against Caucasian people? No. Is there a genocide on white people? No.
Oh, another question similar to this. Is there hate speech against heterosexual straight people?
Definitely not.
And is there a war on heterosexuality?
No.
Ooh, is there a war on the family construct of one man and one woman being married?
No.
All right, cool.
And is there hate speech against men in general? Men as a general statement? No.
Okay. And is this because all of the people in the groups that you have said yes to are historically groups of people that have been oppressed?
Yes.
In contrast, all of the groups that you've said no to, is that because historically those groups of people have not been oppressed?
Yes. And they are the ones that have oppressed.
They are the oppressors.
Yes.
Okay, so one last question related to this. Did we see the torment of the people by these demonic locusts, which we've determined are maggots and Russian bots? Did we see that create an uptick in actual hate crimes being committed?
Yes.
When the George Floyd protests started 5 years ago, was that a manifestation of Trumpet 5?
Yes, big yes.
Emphatically. And as we're recording this, I believe it's a few days past the actual anniversary of George Floyd's death. So rest in power.
Yes.
Power to the people.
Yes. Did this also result in women-led movements from 2016 to 2021? Yes. So like the rise of Greta Thunberg for environmental justice. Yes. Would this also be indicative of the Me Too movement? Yes. Would it also be indicative of the movement to reauthorize the Violence Against Women's Act in the United States? Yes.
Was this also seen as the Women's March in Washington?
Yes.
And also seen as a rise in powerful, truth-speaking women running for political office and winning?
Yes.
Like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
Yes.
Ilhan Omar?
Yes. What about Marjorie Taylor Greene? No. She ain't a part of this. Is that because she upholds the patriarchy? Yes.
And would she be considered one of these members of this locust army?
Yes.
They'd be telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Next question. Speaking of women-led movements, is it actually about the divine feminine unleashing her long silenced voice?
Yes.
In the book of Revelations about this trumpet, it talks about tormenting the people without the seal of God. Is that related to disinformation campaigns targeting MAGA?
Yes.
Definitely. And likely converts?
Yes.
By using their vulnerabilities or their worst parts against them.
Oh, big yes. Big yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what the seal of God means, or what it means to be without the seal of God?
Yes.
Can you spell out for us what it means to be without the seal of God?
N-O next word L. Are you gonna spell love? Yes, 'cause I'm getting like no love in their heart for their fellow human. Is yes. So to be without the seal of God is to have no love for their fellow human, or even all of the beings on the earth. Whether it's the earthworm enriching your soil, to the bird flying in the sky, to the sea urchin and the coral in the oceans, and the dogs that sleep in your bed at night. Yes?
And dandelions and clovers in your perfectly manicured lawn that you have to get rid of with chemicals.
Yes.
So
hold on. Is there anything else? Did I miss anything from what you were trying to tell me? No. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Very good. So that's to be without the seal of God. And so then the opposite would be true, to have the seal of God. Okay, so to have the seal of God is to care about your fellow human being and wanting everyone to have equal rights and everyone to be valued for the person that Creator has made them. Yes. And honoring the animals in our lives. Yes. Not harming animals. Yes. Christine and I are vegans, and I firmly believe that when we manufacture meat, that the hormones that are released during that traumatic death live in the flesh of that animal, which is then consumed by humans or even other animals. And so
it leaves a stain on their soul.
Is that accurate? Yes. Is it humane to eat meat that's factory farmed? Okay. So if people are going to eat meat, they should eat it where it's sourced humanely? Yes, because then you're honoring the purpose of that animal for food. Yes.
Would one way to eat humane meat to be to get it from a what is it? Halal?
Halal is meat? Halal meat? Yes.
Okay, because it's been blessed.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
What about kosher meat? Yes, because kosher meat's also
Yeah,
blessed.
it's the same process.
Yeah, so I just want to be very, so
Or
whether it's
any-
halal or kosher.
Or
whether it's
any-
halal or kosher.
Yeah, or any meat that is, processed in the manner that indigenous people would have done.
Yes. And then about taking care of the plants, honoring the purpose of a dandelion would mean you have the seal of God. So if somebody is spraying the dandelion to get rid of it from their yard, is that against the seal of God? Yes. Oh, wow.
So to clarify this question that we asked and dove deeper on, the people who were without the seal of God, the people that didn't have love for their fellow human, animal, all creatures and inhabitants of the earth, those people are the ones who had their vulnerabilities and their worst parts about them used against them. And they were the ones that were targeted by MAGA and Russian bots to become members of the Locust Army.
Yeah. The fact that we talked about the inhumane meat, it's making me think about the trend for people to use beef tallow. Like, that's literally coming from the remnants of factory meat production.
Yeah, and then you're putting it on your face.
Ugh,
gross. And your skin.
Yeah, and now I've seen something where like women are eating like beef organs as well. Again, like that's remnants from cows that are tortured for milk production and then possibly used for meat production too. Is that new trend in alignment with the seal of God?
Wow, look at that. They like jumped to switch to no as fast as possible.
It's not at all. Like, that is so gross.
It really
is. And if you're listening to this and you're into that and you feel
just
offended, unpack that.
Yeah, for real. And just because something is a trend, use your own discernment. Okay.
We're vegans, but we're not here to push that on anybody. Eating humanely is perfectly okay. And Spirit is saying, yes, it is perfectly okay to eat humane meat.
You know what? Let me ask this question just because we have gone down this rabbit hole really quickly.
I know.
Just to clarify, because we talked about beef tallow, and that is obviously beef fat. There's also this like growing conspiracy that seed oil is a problem. Is that true? No. Seed oil and seeds are symbolic to what a womb is in a human, right?
Yes.
So we should want to eat seed oil because seed oil is life oil.
Yes, sir. They're like
jumping. They're like, oh my God, you're so smart, Divine Krysanthe Mama, my perfect, wonderful granddaughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That was a lot, but I think that's a lot.
I think it's important.
Very important. A lot of nuggets of wisdom to think about, especially, if people are trying to shut off eating of sacred seeds in the form of oil, and then using fat derived out of factory meat production.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's literally trying to squash the divine
within you.
Yeah,
absolutely. I've said it for a long time as vegans that one of the things about being vegan is that we don't have the energy of death within our bodies.
Yeah.
So we're more in tune or more able to be in tune with the spirit. And that's not to say that people that eat meat can't, okay? Like, it's just a hurdle you have to jump over.
And it's not to say there's vegans that are in tune with that, because we are in a vegan group and we see there's some people in there that make you go, huh? Really? So only about
you love animals, but not people?
Okay.
So, anyway, so, not the seal of God there.
Not the seal of God.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's not an end all be all, just so we're clear here. Okay. We have more questions, Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah, this is a big one.
It is. This one's really long, so bear with us. Trumpet 5 is the first of the 3 woes. So 5, 6, and 7 are considered the woes.
The woes are the most serious of the trumpets.
Are the demonic horses, which are described as having human faces, women's hair, and lion's teeth, are they, number 1, represented by the bots of misinformation?
Yes.
Are they, in addition to, representative of the women who rose up to speak out?
Yes.
So it's both.
Yes. I thought it was really interesting that in the book, of Revelations, they're described as having human faces and human hair and lion's teeth. And we're looking at female lions. They're the ones that lead the herd. And what is wrong with women's hair? That's such an odd choice. That so very clearly was
patriarchal
rewriting of like what the divine feminine rising is actually about and what this revelation is actually about. It's about the divine feminine rising. It's not about anything wrathful or vengeful, because God is love, not hate. And then with the human faces, immediately I thought of all of the bots pretending to have human faces online and be a human, but really they're not. They're just either stealing photos or they're using AI images in some way.
Yeah. Next question. The key to the abyss, as mentioned in this trumpet, is that unlocking the collective consciousness?
Yes.
Would the collective consciousness also be referred to as the Akashic records?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Next part. In this, it says that they are tormented for 5 months. Can you spell out how that is relevant, or what does 5 months of torment mean?
Yes, they can. Okay, go ahead. F I G H T. Next word.
So that was fight.
D I V. Oh, divine. Yes. Okay. Is it the divine feminine? Like they are fighting the rising of the divine feminine? Yes. Why is that? P A T R, the patriarchy. Yes.
But not just the patriarchy in general, like specifically the lies that they've been taught by the patriarchy, which they believe to be the truth.
Yes.
Okay. And why is it 5 months?
A. Next word. Okay. So A what? H A N D. Next word. So a hand. M A I D. Next word. A handmaid? Oh, well, that's interesting.
This is interesting. Tell us more. What's the next word?
G O D D. Oh, goddess. Yes. Okay, please continue. Next. Oh, message complete. So is
5 months is representative of a handmaid goddess?
or a handmaid to a goddess. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Handmaid to a goddess. So because 5 is representative of the divine feminine, it's one of the divine feminine's numbers.
Yes.
Okay, representing balance between body, mind, and spirit.
Body, mind,
And spirit.
And also the 5 elements.
Yes, the 5 elements. Yes, all of that. A handmaid to a goddess. Is a handmaid to a goddess somebody who is in tune with their own goddess divinity?
Yes, but think about how the handmaids are in The Handmaid's Tale. They're used to give birth.
Right.
So a handmaid to a goddess is somebody that's aiding the goddesses in the rise of the divine feminine. Yes.
Yeah. Interesting and fun new way to think of a handmaid.
For sure. So just be clear, 5 months of torment, is that an actual specific amount of time? No. Okay. So it was not literal. It was a metaphorical thing.
So the 5 months of torment are basically people who are fighting the rise of the divine feminine because of the lies that they have accepted as truths by the patriarchy.
Yes.
And they're also fighting the people around them that embody the divine feminine energy, who are birthing the reign of the divine feminine.
Yes. And the torment comes in the form of the 5 elements. Yes. So spirit, fire, earth, water, air. Yes to all of them.
So next question, when it talks about the abyss opening, can that be translated as meaning an uptick in addiction and abuse?
Yes.
Okay, but is it also, or alternatively, an uptick in people seeking recovery from addiction?
Yes.
And leaving abusive situations?
Yes.
Which aren't just abusive personal relationships. They could be workplaces.
Yes.
Next question. The January 6th insurrectionists, are they possessed, that's air quotes, by these demonic forces, which again are represented by these locusts?
Yes. I have a hard time believing that demons exist. So, Grammy and Grandpa George, do demons actually exist? No. Okay.
Would another way to refer to demonic forces be to say a nefarious spirit?
Yes,
Yeah,
but maybe
basically energy that doesn't mean any good. An energetic force that means to cause harm.
Yes, but also I think it's too, for anybody that's like resisting like the change that spirit is trying to get them to go through, like it can feel demonic and torturous to their soul. Yes.
A couple more questions here. Does the abyss represent the womb of spiritual rebirth?
Yes.
Did the effect felt by Trumpet 5 depend on your spirituality at the time of the trumpet sounding?
Yes.
So somebody who was already in tune with their spirituality at whatever amount, they wouldn't have really been affected by this trumpet in a tormented kind of way.
Correct.
Okay. People who were not in tune with their spirituality are the ones that were affected by the torment of the locusts.
Yes.
Which, to be specific again, are maggots, Russian bots preying on people who do not have love in their heart for all of humanity, all of animals, all of the earth,
yes,
etc.
Yes. So basically the way that this 5th trumpet manifested, there was 2 different realities that people could experience.
And the torment is just resistance to awakening.
Yes, very big. Okay. Yes, on that
because one. The awakening is like in their faces and they don't like it, which is why they make fun of us and call us woke as if it's an insult. But the goal is for all of us to be woke.
Yes. It's so weird too, because like, do people just want to be asleep through life?
Right. Yeah. Like, what are you like? You know,
weird.
Drugged and controlled by somebody else, kind of, spiritually. Another question. Are the demonic horses, as described in this from a patriarchal lens, are they actually the patriarchy's view of the divine feminine rising in anger?
Yes. You know, one of the symbols of goddess Demeter are horses.
This is true.
Yeah.
Because Demeter and Poseidon, when Demeter was on land looking for Persephone, she became a horse, and Poseidon became a horse and mated with her, and they birthed horses. So the story is that Demeter and Poseidon created the first horse.
So horses represent the divine feminine then.
Mhm.
Yes. And is it directly related to just Demeter? No. Okay. So like divine feminine goddesses in general. Yes.
Does it also represent the divine masculine?
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
again, a divine masculine is somebody who's in tune with their divine femininity as well, which is the source of creation.
Yes.
Okay, last question. The star that fell was Donald Trump. But does the falling of him, of that star, represent the collapse of false masculine power? Yes. And so that men can reclaim their own divinity.
Yes.
In a more softer, harmonious way with divine femininity.
Yes. And is that how we heal the earth? Yes. All right. Thank you. For the fifth trumpet, is there anything that we missed? No. Well, thank you.
Do you have any final messages that you want to give for Trumpet 5?
No.
All right, cool. This is a good one.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Grandma and Grandpa George. As Christians, through the deliberate mistranslation of Revelation, we have been led to believe that the contents of this book of the Bible are literal in order to scare us into patriarchal submission. That couldn't be further from the truth. This chapter of Revelation is about the destruction of the old ways of the patriarchal system of violence perpetrated on women, children, men, animals, and Mother Gaia.
Revelation was a warning that humanity has been led astray by false prophets who glorify violence and greed. Revelations is the divine feminine call to arms, so to speak. The 7 trumpets are warnings to wake up humanity to the errors of our ways. It's a call to awaken the divine feminine, to restore the earth and all her inhabitants to a world filled with abundant love, joy, and peace.
Revelation is the awakening of the divine feminine to restore balance. As we say in the Christian church in the form of the Gloria Patri, glory be to the Creator, the Christ, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
The old world is dying to birth a new world, the era of the divine feminine, which is why we should sing REM's song as a mantra.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Remember, you are made of love and magic, so go make the world a better place.
Peace be with you.
And also with you.